Hi guys, and welcome back to Single, Married, Separated, Divorced, and Single Again. And for me, Jehovah, married again with my Cameroonian king, the man who just make me happy with everything, And today the topic that I'm going to talk about is actually kind of a very good topic because I'm going to share how I think I talked about some of it before, but I'm just gonna emphasize on it so that I think I had like maybe 3 videos about it, like about how men and women are different, and how when you meet the right man, he will understand those differences and wouldn't turn it into a fight. So today we're gonna talk about what does it mean when a woman is territorial? Because men are territorial, but as soon as women become territorial, they are being called drama queen, right? I think, I don't know whether you know the term territorial. It comes from how a lion is territorial. Like, this belongs to me, can't enter this is my territory, right? That's what it really means to be territorial. Lions are very, very territorial. They mark their territory with, I don't know whether they mark it with P, whether I'm using. Yeah, so welcome back to, yeah. Okay, welcome back. I don't know whether I said my name. My name is Jehovah, by the way. Most people know me, but for those who are new, my name is Jehovah, and here we talk about dating tips, how to just date. When I say date, like you can date whoever you want, but eventually, if your goal is to get married, you need to actually scrutinize the list of who you want to get, because you don't really want to waste your time. I wasn't here to waste time. Like, I wasn't dating to have fun. What fun? Because you can have that fun in the marriage, and the marriage creates that safety net where like, okay, this person, at least we are in something that can be meaningful. The reason I say can be meaningful is because it's not all marriages that turn out to be meaningful. So I'm only looking at the possibility of that because I'm very positive in that sense. So if you are dating to actually have fun, this channel might not be for you, because here I'm not talking about dating to have fun and whatever. Maybe you can look for other channels that actually deal with that. Here is when you are dating and you really want a serious relationship that can lead into a marriage, that can lead into you guys spending your time together and all that, having fun and all that. Because I personally believe that marriage should be fun. Like, there's 2 things that I cannot compromise. Like, those 2 things, I don't care whether other things in my life are maybe, like, I don't know how to say it, but life itself and marriage, those are the 2 things that for me, they should be. My fulfillment is when I can have fun in life, when I can have fun in my marriage. So we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about what is it when a woman is territorial. Okay, so let's start with what is it when a man is territorial. Now, remember years ago when I met my husband, I think the reason I wasn't like really, except for the fact that I was also going through my own stuff. Like, my son just got diagnosed with epilepsy and lupus and so on. So it was really, we met at a time of my life when things were just too hectic for me. But except for that, I think the guy was too territorial. Like, and I realized now that I got to know him, and I wish that didn't happen, but everything happened for a reason. And I feel like we got to know other people, and now we are getting to know each other. Even though we are married, we're still getting to know each other. There's many things I'm kind of discovering about my husband. He has a lot of things that he's discovering about me. We definitely know we are both stubborn, in that sense of stubborn. But my husband is just a general kind of stubborn, like There's some things that when my husband like kind of put his foot on it, like he's saying no, we can't do this, I don't even, like I can, use my drama to kind of convince him and so on, because he's not the kind of person that really say no to many things. So once he say no to this, I just, like I just know, like, you know what, Jehovah, you can go further. Anyway, so one of the reasons, like I say, is because he was so territorial. He would call me, where are you? What are you doing? I felt like, what? Why are you so... I felt like he was controlling. But I now realize that the cards has been flipped, and now I'm the one, like, I'm so territorial. But not in that kind of sense. So now when it comes to a man being territorial, it's kind of highly accepted because men had done many things that was felt like it's okay. For example, as we're talking right now, it almost feel like when a man cheats, it's kind of an okay thing, even if it's not okay in the real sense, but it's like, he's a man, like, they have that thing where they say it's a man. But if it's a woman, then it becomes like, how could she do that? Like, that's like, how could a woman cheat? No one should cheat, by the way, whether man or woman. No one should cheat. Like, for me, my husband knows that cheating is actually kind of like a, should I say, like, area, a no-go area. I have to say that, sorry. So for me, cheating is like a deal breaker, like, and I think when you are dating, those are the things that you need to discuss, because some men actually go into a relationship knowing that they actually can stay faithful. Like, it's almost like they're even honest with themselves, like, you know what, I just can, like, date one person or whatever. So those are things that actually women can see way before anything, but I think we feel like ignoring it. Why would you ignore something like that when a man tells you straightforward that's what he is? I've never met a man who actually kind of was like that, in that real sense of, like, knowing. I've had men who fall by the wayside in that sense. But yeah, so I'm not saying you will be perfect in your dealings with men. It won't be perfect. Nothing is perfect, and people can lie. And I'm not the kind of person who say men can lie, because women can equally lie. Like, yeah. So I actually don't judge men the way most women judge men, and that's why for me it was easy after my second divorce to actually get married again, because I didn't have that thing where women would say to you that, oh no, you don't need a man, men are all dogs. I'm like, I haven't experienced men that act dogly in that sense. Well, I talk about my first marriage, and I was very, very clear about how that kind of belief is actually in that whole culture. Our whole culture is all about polygamy, to be quite honest. Let's not even sugarcoat it. But obviously, a lot of the young people now are changing. I say that, which is good. But yeah, I don't believe all men are dogs. I have never been at the stage where I believe that. I believe in people getting a second chance, depending on what it is. But at my age, I've reached a stage where a second chance is not applicable to cheating. Like, I can give you second chances to other things, but cheating, no, you're out. Out the door, go. Jehovah doesn't want you anymore. Anyway, so my husband was very territorial back then. He is still, but I guess he grow mature and whatever. And I think it's also when you have been in relationship that were not that trusty, sometimes that can be a problem. But I think in general, men are just like territorial. Now, the funny thing about me is that in my previous relationships, which is so weird, because in my previous relationship, there have been mistakes that could let me go and, start wondering and, kind of being, whatever. But in my previous relationship, I was not territorial. And I'm going to tell you what that means to a woman. Territorial means that, when you go to a party, you are kind of like, why do my husband need to talk to, like, first of all, we are not even talking about a talk when we are at a party. No, that's probably not what I mean. I think I talked about this the last time. I don't know whether I posted that video. It's about, like, a man having female friends. Now, my husband doesn't have female friends, but in the places where he is right now, there's many conversation that has to, like, for example, maybe you book at a hotel, and the hotel, whatever, it's a woman, and all those type of things. And he's in areas where women are actually almost 80% of the population, so it's quite hectic to miss this very handsome, gentle guy, right? That's why I think the last time I was like, why are you not wearing a ring, like in a place where people are like hungry for men? Why are you not wearing a ring? But that's besides that. So like things like, okay, and this is things, and I love my husband for that, because my husband also understands where I'm coming from, because we are in a distant relationship at this moment, again back to square one in that sense. Not really, but yeah. So now when you are in a relationship like that, you are creating ways of you guys being in contact and actually knowing each other's moves, like where are you gonna be like this time, and oh no, I'm going here and I'm doing this, and we do that like so good, and we video call a lot and all that. But me being territorial, I think I'm sometimes just being a drama queen, and I love the fact that and that's why I always share that when you get married to someone who understands you, but not only understands you, they themselves separately from you, they are just mature human beings who I always say that my husband is not only gentle to me or understand me, my husband is just like that with other people. He's very, I don't know whether to say he's a diplomat. He know how to handle situations that I would just burst out. He would know how to handle it. He's actually our negotiator in that sense. Very, very good. I think he has studied human relations and knows how to handle different people and so on. Now, when it comes to somebody like that, that's when you realize dating a mature man, it's, I read something like that, like dating a mature man, it's quite stressful, because the moment there's an argument or disagreement, he just simply apologizes and you move on, and you are left with your dramas, because I think women are dramatics. And I'm going to post some few videos to show how dramatic we are. We are dramatic, okay? Let's not even negotiate that when it comes to that. Most women, I would say, as like in the nature of a woman, we are, I think, created that way, like the drama. But obviously, some women maybe take care of their own drama, and but I feel like it's just a woman thing. It's not like it's a wrong thing or whatever. It's just there. Like, for example, there's this joke where a man was in prison for, I think, 5 years, and then he got out. I don't know whether he got out by escaping or he got out by, I don't know what they call that, and so on. And then he sent a message to his wife. He said that he got out by 4 o'clock, and he's almost outside the door. And the woman says that, but if you got out at 4 o'clock and you're only gonna be here at 7 o'clock, where were you the whole time? And the guy actually went back to prison, because it feels like prison was better than outside in that sense. Like, it's almost like this other joke, this other joke where a man called to say that I was in an accident, I broke my hips, my legs, one of my legs is, like very badly injured, all these things that he's saying to his wife in that moment of, pain. So, and then he said, Lisa just took me to the hospital and they are working on it now, and so on, so you can come to the hospital. And instead of asking, just being sympathetic, about what happened to him, guess what she asked? The wife asked, who is Lisa? Like, that's so traumatic. Like, what the heck is wrong with us women? Like, seriously. And that's why I'm saying, like, when you are that part is where I can say women are also territorial. It's only because they are territorial. Them being territorial is just different from men, and that's because we assign so many things to men that men can be, but women cannot. But when you look at that, like, you're gonna wonder, like, what type of species are we coming from? Like, I could easily ask my husband, oh, so oh, okay, so you went out to, look, because he has ways that he's, trying to, my husband, like, he's just that kind of man who just want to establish a business in every area where he is. So he went here and here, and I would be asking questions like, oh no, so how long did you take there, and so on. And then I would be laughing at myself like, what is wrong with you, Jehovah? Like, this, seriously, this guy video call you, you just video call each other while he was outside. Even sometimes he has to answer calls, even because remember in where he is, they also have bikes. It's only because it's more safer. You know those bikes in Cameroon that are usually, okay, this is a bike. Look at those bikes. That's what I'm talking about. I love them in Cameroon. But where he is, they actually use it, but they have a helmet. So sometimes he has to answer because his wife is going to wonder, where are you? And that's something where he doesn't have to, because he already told me where he's going. Oh my God. And I'm like, wow. But this guy can actually take my drama in that sense and turn it into just fun, like he's, we talk about things and we just burst out of laughter because it's so funny. And I just love that because he made me feel at peace so much. So my territorialness now becomes like kind of a teasing him, And I think he loves the drama because every time when I say, okay, I'm gonna stop the drama, he's like, no, don't stop the drama. So anyway, so that's what I was planning on talking about today. That being territorial is not a bad thing when you're with the right person. They would understand you, they would know where you are coming from. But it's when you're with the wrong person, especially when you're with a person that actually does things behind your back, because now they take their own things and make it yours, their own story. So they become kind of defenseful and, all those kind of things. And then it's almost like, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with a woman being territorial, okay? Because you guys are territorial too. Allow us to be that, okay? So I'm just really happy. Again, my sweet husband, you are the best. And I don't know what to say sometimes, right? You are just the best in everything. In everything. And you know what I mean by everything. Only me and my husband will know the joke. But some people, I think they will catch up with the joke. Don't be left behind. Anyway, from me, Jehovah, guys, I felt like I think I shared enough about being territorial and that it is normal for a woman to be that. Don't feel guilty, okay? So take care, guys. Bye.